Right, everyone, and welcome back to our F1 2016 career mode. And yep, if you haven't seen the previous episode yet, then go back and watch it quickly if you don't want any spoilers. And yep, so in the previous episode we actually had a pretty eventful race. We started on pole position after a lot of the AI cars messed up in qualifying, and we ended up finishing 5th in the end, so a very strong result there. As you saw, Man are actually bringing a lot of upgrades, but we haven't brought anything this weekend. But yeah, it doesn't seem like much has actually changed then, just Man are catching up to Sauber a little bit, it seems. So yeah, we're looking to maybe add a few more upgrades at the Spanish Grand Prix, because that is when most teams usually bring quite a few upgrades, so we sort of want to try and keep up with them in that sense. But yeah, we're doing alright so far. Then we're currently in 6th place then overall on the vehicle comparison. And yeah, heading now then to round 4 of the season, the Russian Grand Prix. And yeah, just doing the track acclimatization program now then to start the weekend in FP1. And yeah, it goes pretty well for us there. As you see, we get a very good score on our final run. And yeah, I think it's only good enough for a green overall, but I mean, it's still pretty good for us there. And yeah, we were actually struggling quite a lot for pace here, I have to say. We were 22nd at the end of the first practice session. Well, it's obviously only practice, but still want to be doing better than that, as Roman was up in 7th place there, as you saw. On to FP2 then, when we did the tyre wear test, and this was just terrible. We just could not get anywhere near the lap times. I said we were struggling for pace, but yeah, this was starting to become quite a bit of a worry here. They're sliding about everywhere out the final corners. And yeah, once again then, we are 22nd in that session on the soft tyres, and it's just really not looking good for us at all at this point. And yeah, things were looking pretty desperate at this point then, as yeah, we actually had to end up reverting to our China setup. That was how sort of desperate this was kind of getting going into Saturday morning then. And yeah, we do at least get a green then on the qualifying practice thingy there. And yeah, it was just our first lap that we actually managed to get the target on. And we went 9th overall in that session then, so it seems to have certainly worked then, as Roman was down 20th then on the hard tyres. So yeah, it seems like he was focusing less on qualifying pace in that session. Our new rival then is Felipe Massa in the Williams. That is going to be pretty difficult for us to beat him then, because yeah, the Williams is a bit quicker than us still. But we'll have to see then. Williams have got it a bit wrong in races so far. And yeah, we're on now to qualifying. Then you see Massa right down there with us near the drop zone. And yeah, we improved to 12th then in the first qualifying session. But after a few difficult laps there, we see penalties there for Kvyat and Vettel as well. So yeah, all for illegal blocking then. Kvyat with 10 places, Vettel with 5, and I mean, he's the championship leader, Sebastian Vettel. So yeah, that's some pretty big news there after the first qualifying session, as yeah, it was the usual 6 that dropped out of the first knockout session. And yeah, on to the second qualifying then. We didn't set too bad a time actually, 2nd place ahead of Perez, but yeah, that was the only set of tyres we had left. And yeah, we had to just sort of settle with that then. And it was 12th in the end, so not too bad. We're just behind Roman. So yeah, it was a good overall qualifying for the team actually. Ahead of Bottas there, who seemed to completely drop the ball there, setting soft tyre lap time, and again knocked out. But yeah, compared to Felipe Massa, it's not going to be too good, because yeah, he pretty much had us in every area there. And yeah, we'll just have to see if we can hopefully get some of it back in the race. But yeah, as I said, this is going to be a pretty difficult one, because the Williams still looks quicker than us, certainly in the vehicle comparison, and certainly during that qualifying it seemed to be the case, even if the other Williams got it wrong here. But yeah, we unfortunately lose 2 things there in our team position for being beaten by Roman. But yeah, on to race day now then. And conditions looking perfect then, which is good to see after all the wet weather of the Chinese Grand Prix. But yeah, it should be an interesting race then. Tyre wear isn't too massive here, so it's going to be more just a case of if we've got the pace to sort of take it to some of those point scorers today. And hopefully we do, as yeah, we see here then that Vettel is still leading the championship then, but he does have that 5th place grid penalty today. And there is Nico Rosberg, who has a chance then to actually take the lead of the championship then today. And yeah, you saw that Mercedes still leading the championship. There's Lewis Hamilton, the Rainbow champion, starts from pole position today, but he's only 3rd in the championship at this point, so he'll be hoping to make a bit of a some gains today then. As we see a starting grid then, it's him on pole with Raikkonen 2nd, and then the 2 Red Bulls are actually 3rd and 4th, Ricciardo ahead of Verstappen there. Then we see it's Rosberg only 5th here then, ahead of Carlos Sainz. Felipe Massa and Nico Hulkenberg on row 4, then it's Bottas and Perez, and then it's not us, okay, then Vettel ahead of Magnussen, Palmer is 13th ahead of Ericsson, and once again, yeah, you can see it's just completely fucked up again, the grid, and yep, we're right at the back then, both me and Roman, put all the way to the back of the grid for no reason. That is just great. I can actually tell you that this was recorded before the patch came out, the version 1.3.0 patch, so yeah, it may well have been fixed in the new one, but we'll have to wait and see actually. But yeah, we've been put all the way to the back of the grid then. It's not even just one of us, it's both of us this time. We've seen it happen to us in the first race, we saw it happen to Grosjean in the other 3. But yeah, we have just been completely screwed over after it was a good chance for both of us to score points here this, yeah, well today. So yeah, we're on the formation lap then. The long old wait now then for every single car to fill away before us. And yeah, away we go then for the formation lap. What can we do from here then? Well, it's not much tyre wear here as we said, so it's going to be a pretty straightforward super soft to soft tyre race then, as yeah, we line it now then on the grid. And look on the bright side, at least we're going to have the warmest tyres here as we pull up then last on the grid. What can we do for in 22nd then? The light's sticking on now. And away we go then in Sochi, and we actually got a perfect launch there. I kind of guessed when it was going to go out, and I pretty much luckily timed it just right there. As we passed Roman already then, we're going 3 wide there with Kvyat and Haryanto. There's a bit of contact already. Kvyat manages to go around the outside there in turn 1 and actually gain quite a few places. We're going to go to the inside then for turn 2. We're at the inside of 3 or 4 cars. There's a little bit of contact I think with Button, but yeah, we're through and into 16th place. We're now getting side by side with Felipe Nasr around turn 3. We're on the outside of the Sauber, and yeah, we'll hopefully try and maintain the scent. We're going to have the inside line now for turn 4, and we are through then into 15th place. Now we've got the other Sauber of Marcus Ericsson right in front of us. But yeah, that's an ideal start then for us. We're up 7 places already from our starting position, and we did just get the perfect launch off the grid there. As we get to later on the lap then, we're still right in behind Ericsson here in the Sauber, and then it's actually Sebastian Vettel then down in 13th. He's dropped back even more than from where he qualified, so well obviously he dropped back because of the penalty, but then he's lost even more positions from yeah where he started. So yeah, the disastrous starting for the championship leader, as yeah, we're coming into the final few corners now then. We've got a good run here on Ericsson. We're up the inside and through we go into 14th place, so we're up 8 places then in 1 lap, and yeah, that's a good start for us. And if we're going to try and score any points today, we see a replay then of the start. At the front, it was a pretty slow getaway I think there from Raikkonen, which allowed Hamilton to get a good getaway. But yeah, you see it's just launched off the grid then straight past our teammate. Gets sandwiched a little bit between Kvyat and Haryanto there, and yeah, we just decided to look to the inside instead, as they all start to bunch up a bit. We passed both McLarens in the process. Button kind of turns into us a little bit there as it went 3 wide for a second. As we see the onboard now then from Rio Haryanto in the manor, and yeah, he's over to the inside then, and there's actually contact with Alonso and Wehrlein as well in front of him. So yeah, both manors having contact in the first corner. We see here Vettel just completely bogged down, and that allowed both the Renaults to get through, so that's a disaster for him really. He really needed to be gaining some places here off the start, and yeah, he's ended up losing positions to 2 of the slowest cars out there. So that was a pretty disastrous start then from the German, and yeah, it was nearly more positions lost there as Ericsson was actually getting alongside him there in turn 2. Now we see the replay of us actually passing Ericsson then into the penultimate corner. On to the beginning of lap 3 now then, and Vettel is now lining up Magnussen. We are right behind him as well. Vettel's going to look to the outside then towards turn 2. We're on the inside then, we're going 3 wide towards the corner, and Magnussen's going to the side of his left slightly, and we've actually spun Vettel. We've damaged our front wing slightly, and yeah, we're up to 12th place then, but we've got damage once again like in Bahrain, and we're going to have to try and carry that all the way to the next pit stop now, because yeah, we don't really want to be doing more than 1 stop here today, because it's looking like a pretty straightforward 1 stopper. So yeah, doing an extra pit in is going to just really blow it for us completely. There's going to be no chance for us. But yeah, we're really struggling, and with this front wing running wide, Ericsson's going to go through here. It looks like that is pretty much disastrous for them, because the Sauber is one of the slowest cars out there. But we do manage to fight back then and retake the place through the next right-hander, so hopefully we can sort of maintain this until the pit stops. We see a replay then, and yeah, down the straight, and we did kind of move across there, but I think Magnussen had more space than he thought he did on the left, and he kind of just drove into us slightly. And once he drove into us, I couldn't turn like right as much as I wanted to, and yeah, I just ended up having to just slide into Vettel really. I was just, yeah, like I just couldn't turn at that point because I got the Renault just driving into the side of me. So yeah, it's quite aggressive from us there, but yeah, I still feel like Magnussen could have backed out that or been more over to the left. As we see the onboard then from Vettel, and yeah, he's alongside Magnussen then on the racing line, and yeah, he's just going to try and leave as much space as possible here, and he still gets rammed there, and he's lucky not to get any damage actually, considering, well, we were the only one that actually got damage in that, so yeah, that was our bad luck really, never mind good luck for anyone else. But yeah, on to lap 6 then, and we've actually got Vettel now behind us then, recovering from that half spin, and yeah, we were out of shape in turn 4, and that just allowed him to get alongside us, and there's not much point fighting this Ferrari here because it's still so much quicker than us, and he's thrown into 12th place, and maybe he can go after some points now then, as Massa actually pits then on the end of lap 7, so that's very early then, and I think in fact we are now going to see Valtteri Bottas doing the same. So it looks like Williams have either dropped the ball on strategy or they're just struggling too much for tyre wear here. We'll have to wait and see, but we've got a good run here then on Julian Palmer, who is now in 10th place, and well, we're actually 10th now then. Palmer actually hit us there slightly, and we go over 10-3 slightly, but I think Palmer went wide as well, so yeah, we'll go through as well, and yeah, we'll see the replay then. And once again we actually moved over quite a bit, but I mean Palmer could have gone together, I thought, as yeah, he decided to actually just drive into us like Magnussen kind of did. And yeah, we are building up quite a bit of a reputation. There's a bit of an aggressive passer, it looks like, as yeah, we had contact then with both runners already then. As we on to lap 10 now then, we saw a quick message up above there saying that Bottas is out of the race and yellow flags are out, so yeah, we'll have to see what's happened to him, but yeah, that is going to move us up then into 9th place. And yeah, we actually see up ahead there the smoking Williams, and yeah, he is out of the race, so it must have been someone else then who actually pitted before, because obviously it wasn't him. Yeah, I'm not actually sure who that was then, but yeah, it was certainly someone very early into the pits then who wasn't a Williams. But anyway, we're into the pits then at the end of lap 11 for our stop, and yeah, we'll be going on to the soft tyres then for this final stint. And yes, there's really not much tyre wear at this track. It's pretty straightforward actually to do the one stop at this one, and this was kind of like the 2014 race really. There was just really not enough tyre wear to make it interesting, unfortunately, as yeah, we lost quite a lot of time though because of the front wing change. As I said, this was before the patch, so there's no option to cancel the front wing change. I mean, if I could have done it, I would have probably just said don't change it and add a bit of downforce on, but yeah, unfortunately we couldn't do that at this point. So yeah, we're now down in 20th place then, but still some cars to pit, including our teammate Roman, who also had front wing damage as well. So he sustained at some point, I'm not sure when, so I couldn't find it, but yeah, he managed to damage his front wing somewhere as well then, and is well out of it as well. So yeah, we're down in 17th and I think 21st position at this point, so it's really not been a good day for the Haas team. And we've now got the two Saubers just in front of us here. I think that may actually be Felipe Massa. I think it might be Massa in front of us there. He was actually just done his second stop, but yeah, maybe the Renault actually, I can't tell, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Massa does a second stop at some point and is comfortably ahead of us. So yeah, that just sort of sums up our day really. And yeah, we really need to be getting past these two Saubers though, because they are really not sort of a match for us in terms of pace. And yeah, we are now getting DRS then. Unfortunately, there's the same power unit in all three of these cars, so it's going to be quite difficult for us to pass down the straight. We think better about going 3 wide again down there into turn 2, and they're going wheel to wheel there. I think there's a little bit of contact there. We're trying to find somewhere to go in turn 3. We're just going to try and stay on the outside line here, see if we can actually run it right the outside. In fact, yes, we can. Right the inside then into turn 4, and that was a pretty gutsy move from us there to get past both Saubers in turn 3, and we're thrown into 15th place. As yeah, we see Nasa lining up his teammate. We thought better about making it 3 wide there, considering what happened earlier on. Just trying to find some space around the exit as they were banging wheels, and yeah, right on the outside then, as two Saubers, nothing between them there, and in fact there was actually a little bit of contact between them, which made it a bit easier for us to get around both of them. So yeah, luckily they didn't collide too majorly and wipe us out as well, as we see a massive lock up there from Marcus Ericsson into turn 2. which is probably what allowed Nazar to get alongside him in the first place then, and actually get ahead slightly, but Ericsson then had the inside line, and I think he may have actually just understeered into him there slightly, which caused them to collide, and that certainly allowed us to sweep around the outside of both of them then. So seeing it from the other side, then a big lock up there on the front right, and it wasn't actually contact there. I thought there was, but I think they just about avoided it. And round turn 3 then, getting very close between them there, certainly in the first part, and then certainly a big hit there. And we're now on to lap 17, where we're catching up to Magnussen now then in the Renault, and we should hopefully be passing him pretty quickly as well, because the Renault not much quicker than the Sauber, so this is a car we should really be comfortably passing here. And round the outside there again in turn 3, we've got the inside line for turn 4, and through we go. It is Massa in front of us then, who has already done a second stop, so he'll just be pulling away from us now, unfortunately. But we've got Alonso in the pits on the next lap then for the super soft tyres, because McLaren decided to actually start on the soft tyres, and now the next lap Button is in as well, so that puts us up into 12th position then, which is probably as high as we're going to get in this race, unfortunately, because we haven't got the pace to catch up to Massa. And even more unfortunately, Alonso is now on the super soft tyres and is now catching right up to the back of us then. And he's going to have DRS then. And it's been a bad day when this is happening. We've just been passed down the straight then by a Honda powered car, and we are down into 13th position in the race. And we were actually running in rich fuel mix as well, just to make matters even worse there. But a really disappointing day for us then, and thanks Cody so much for that one then, putting us to the back of the grid. And we just ended up getting tangled up in a couple of incidents, and it's just a rather disappointing day then. We come around the 4 in the corner, and it's actually our first non-points finish then in Formula 1, because we didn't finish the Bahrain Grand Prix, and only 13th position then. Lewis Hamilton takes the win then as Kimi Räikkönen, who's still on the front row, who stays in second position, and Nico Rosberg recovered to third then, having started 5th place on the grid. And that's interesting then for the championship, because Vettel could not recover to the podium after starting in 11th, and he actually had a pretty dismal first half of the race, and what with the bad start and then the incident with us and Magnussen. So that's going to make the championship pretty interesting, I can imagine. But Hamilton then takes win by 11 seconds in the end then from Kimi Räikkönen, Rosberg in 3rd, Verstappen and Ricciardo 4th and 5th for Red Bull. It was a very good 6th then for Carlos Sainz, and for actually don't forget as well in 8th in Toro Rosso. Actually he'll probably be disappointed actually to be beaten by his teammate at his home race. Vettel managed to split them there in 7th place after, as we said, the bad start. Hülkenberg and Perez rounding out the points then for Force India. Massa in 11th means it's once again a non-scoring race then for Williams, with Alonso recovering to 12th, and in the end a good race from him overall. There we are in 13th, Helen Magnussen, Roman only 15th as well. It's a disappointing day. Then we've got the two Brits of Button and Palmer, Ericsson 18th, Haryanto ahead of Wehrlein, and Nazar rounds out the finishers. Valtteri Bottas with that engine blowout was the only retirement from this race. And in the driver's standings then, it is very close then, only 6 points separating the top 3, so any one of them gets a win at the next race, they'll be guaranteed to be leading the championship after that race. So Rosberg then has the 5-point lead over Hamilton, and Vettel just 1 behind. Raikkonen's still very close as well then, only 18 off the lead. Verstappen still leads Ricciardo, Kvyat still leads Sainz then, and Sainz is actually gained 3 places then with that result today, so very good from him. Demoting us and the 2 Williams. Hülkenberg overtakes Alonso then with those points today, and the other Force India actually demotes Roman as well then. Button and Palmer still 17th and 16th there. Magnussen overtakes Ericsson today, and the 2 Maras are still down at the bottom. And Mercedes extend their lead then today. They're in the Constructors' Championship, and Red Bull starting to fall back a bit in 3rd. Toro Rosso is still doing very well there in 4th, and it's still pretty close here for 5th place between us and Williams. Neither of us scoring points today, and Force India overtake McLaren then with that double points finish, and somehow Renault is still bottom of the Constructors, even though Palmer is up in 16th in the Drivers, and the 2 Maras are at the bottom of the Drivers' Championships, so that makes no sense to me whatsoever. But in the rivalry update then, it is really not looking good for us then. We got the best Sector 2 time, so hurrah. We're just falling so far back then already from Felipe Massa. We've got to try and recover in Spain. Russia, admittedly, is not a great track of mine, so hopefully we can recover some more in Spain. As I said, we've got some upgrades coming there as well, and we've actually improved our team driver position then today, having beaten Roman and still staying above our target in the Drivers' Championship, so that's a bit of a positive to take from this then. So that is it then for this race. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Also, let me know what you thought down in the comments section as well. You can check the links below for my Twitter and Twitch. Other than that, I shall see you next time for the Spanish Grand Prix. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.